Brandon, no matter what happens later today, how do you think you're going to look back on John Means' season, taking everything into account, the no-hitter, the dominant stretches, injuries, some struggles after that?
Well, looking back on his year, an amazing start to the year. His first month or two is one of the better pitchers in the game from a number standpoint. What he was doing on the mound, the first month or two, he was pitching like an all-star and like a top of the rotation guy, and then had a little bit of shoulder fatigue that shut him down for a while. I think he's had a little bit of a coming off of that. I thought he was a little bit inconsistent for him. Had a kind of a tough time finding his changeup. Really, the second half, there would be periods where it would be there. Some starts it would be there, some starts it wouldn't. So the second half was a little bit inconsistent, but that being said, still really giving us a chance to win every start out, sometimes without his best stuff. So if you look at the body of work, I mean, he's got a 3-something ERA in the American League East. Without really having his best stuff for me the second half. I think that he has pitched at times this year like an all-star type pitcher. And almost every single start that he's made this year, he's given us a chance to win, and that's what a major league starter does. So as inconsistent as he's been a little bit in the second half, he's had a really good year. I'm really excited about John going forward.
Rich?
Brandon, have you seen enough from some of these guys in September, like Gutierrez and Joey Crable, to intrigue you about what they could do possibly in 2022? Have you gotten enough of a look at them?
No, I think at the end of the year we'll sit down and we have 40-man roster decisions to make, and Mike and the front office group will go through that and evaluate every single guy. And I'm not sure. I think it depends on player to player. Crable just got here. Krisky we haven't seen a ton of. Gutierrez got an opportunity to play. Well, once we let Franco go, and Gutierrez got opportunity to play and has done a really good job defensively. As of late, he's swinging the bat much better. So he's become interesting in that the guy that's got a lot of tools. He showed you the power last night. He's hitting one the other way for a homer. Now he pulled a homer last night and played extremely solid defensively. So I think that we're just going to continue to evaluate and see what the 40-man looks like here, at the end of the year and into the offseason.
Joe?
Brandon, how much do you think Ryan Mountcastle has matured over the course of the year? And in your mind, was there a turning point where he started to look more like the player that you think he could be?
Yeah. Well, he's first part of your question. He's matured an incredible amount throughout the season. First full year in the big leagues, not easy to do. Can we start talking about him a little bit more with Rookie of the Year, please? It's 33 homers and 90 RBIs on a team that hasn't scored a ton of runs this year. It's really incredibly impressive. But yeah, matured in a lot of ways. He's going to get 600 at bats. Learned a different position this year. Also improved with his defense immensely, and that continues to get better as well. I think a turning point, April, there was, there's struggles, there's things that happen, young players where you got to make adjustments to the league. I think it was pressing early. I remember the homer that he hit in Washington. I think it was off Lester. For me, that was kind of a turning point for him, where he got a ball to drive and stayed in the big part of the field. And I just felt like his at-bats from that point on got better over the course of the year, where he started to relax a little bit, started taking borderline pitches more, realizing that he can drive the ball to any part of the ballpark. He didn't have to be too quick. He was just too quick early in the year, trying to do too much. But yeah, he's huge growth from Ryan this year, and going to be a good player.
Dan,
Brandon, you kind of stole my thunder a little bit, but I'm going to be undeterred and go forward here. Why do you think Ryan Mountcastle hasn't been mentioned as much for Rookie of the Year, and why do you think he deserves either that accolade or at least being in that conversation?
I don't know. I don't know why. I was asking you guys. No, I think that.
But I mean, do you think you had mentioned before about Cedric and like maybe the season being kind of dulled a little bit nationally because of the way you guys have played as a team? Do you think that's kind of the same thing with Ryan, that maybe he's been lost a little bit? You know,
I think he has. Yeah, I think he has been lost because of our record, and maybe we're not on national TV as much. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but I do think that he should be heavily considered for that award for what he's done, and he has my vote.
Dean Lefty,
Brandon, September, October has obviously been better for the Orioles and other stretches. More wins, more competitive games, close games, so forth. How can that help the Orioles in the future?
Well, I think just really these last couple of weeks have shown the importance of starting pitching, the importance of keeping a team in the game. For the most part here, the last couple of weeks, these competitive games, the games that we've won, we've had really good starting pitching, and pitching is the name of the game. We've been solid defensively, but it's just hard to compete when, the pitching has been inconsistent, and we just got to get better on the mound. And that's really been the difference for me in September is our pitching has improved.